Dr. Perry Wilson is an associate professor of medicine at Yale University Medical School. Dr. Abdul El-Sayed is an epidemiologist and former Detroit Health Commissioner. Gentlemen, welcome back. Dr. El-Sayed, I'm going to start with you. Are you as optimistic about the president's prognosis as he and the White House staff are?
I am quite optimistic. This is a 79-year-old man, and so everything I say is with the caveat that a case can turn quickly, and we've seen that with COVID. But this is also someone who's been quadruple vaccinated. He's on Paxlovid. And if you look at him in that video, he's calm, collected. He's not struggling to breathe in any way. And so the high probability here is that he's going to have a mild case. He's going to feel better. He's going to be able to work through it. And that he'll be back at his usual pace in no time. And that is good news. It speaks a lot to where we are in this pandemic and how far vaccinations and treatments have gotten us.
But Dr. Wilson, just so that we understand, being, as Dr. El-Sayed just said, quadruple vaccinated does not protect us anymore from symptoms. Yes, it may protect all of us, God willing, from hospitalization, but people are still catching this subvariant. It's that transmissible, and as the president is experiencing some symptoms.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The vaccine efficacy against infection, which means just totally not getting the virus, has gone way down because this Omicron variant is immune evasive. It's good at getting around those defenses, but the vaccine still provides substantial protection against serious illness, hospitalization, and death. And, I'll just point out that this is our second septuagenarian president who's been infected with COVID. The prior president was infected before vaccines were available. And, President Trump at that time was, it appears, quite sick. There are reports that he was even close to being put on a ventilator. So we're in a very different world now, thanks in large part to vaccines and, of course, to some of the treatments that have become available since October of 2020.
Let's talk about one of those treatments. The president, Dr. El-Sayed, has taken his first dose of Paxlovid. We know that the president will be quarantining for several days, will wait for a negative test. But Dr. Jha talked about this phenomenon, the Paxlovid rebound, where after a person tests negative, they then test positive again. I wonder, once they get that negative test, should that quarantine be extended because potentially the president could have one of these rebounds?
Yeah, that is a hypothetical situation to worry about. That only happens, though, in 2 to 7% of patients who take Paxlovid. In the vast majority of patients, Paxlovid, the antiviral, helps to knock down the viral load, and they feel much better and stay feeling much better after their course. He has the best possible care you could have. There is a whole suite at Walter Reed waiting for him. The truth is, though, is that they're going to be monitoring him quite regularly. He'll be getting regular tests. And they'll know if he's experiencing a rebound. And I think from what I understand, they actually go beyond the CDC protocol, and they don't just return to normal activity after 5 days, but instead they return after a negative test. And my sense is that they're going to look for a negative test and a repeat negative test, which should then catch the rebound if it were to happen to the president.
Dr. Wilson, how about long COVID? Does being doubly vaccinated and boosted protect us from long COVID, or once you catch this subvariant, is it still possible to get the so-called long COVID?
Yeah, it is still possible. And to be fair, the data is still coming in here. One of the challenges of long COVID is that you need a lot of time to detect how long the symptoms are going to last. We do see long COVID in people who are fully vaccinated if they become infected. But it does appear, the data does suggest the risk is substantially reduced by vaccination. And so not terribly worried here. Symptoms are mild. I would expect a full recovery.
Okay, Dr. Perry Wilson, Dr. Abdul El-Sayed, great to talk to both of you. Thank you.